little bit frustrated that I not only did I sleep in, but then I went back to sleep. I think it's because I dream almost every time I close my eyes that there is something that makes me want to do that, to just go back into the dream world. I think the easiest time to go back into the dream world is when you've just left it. And so the important thing is to be in the real world and actually be there. There's a time and a place to go to the dream world. I've gotten poetry ideas, I've received healing, I've had some cool spiritual experiences, but not every dream is going to be like that. Just as a general rule of thumb, I've figured out when you're doing better in real life, you'll do better in the dream life. Like things will go better, things will flow, things will do their thing. Last night and yesterday overall was pretty good. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't like fantastic, but it was something. And so I just kind of look at it that, because there was good things that happened yesterday, um, the dreams are probably gonna flow in a similar way. So I don't know. I'm really in a part of life where it's just like you gotta be consistent, and in your consistency you can find clarity. In your consistency, you can better understand who you are, what you're going after, and what you need to do next. I think that's the important thing I need to keep in mind. It's like a lot of things is just keep putting yourself out there, keep throwing yourself out there, stop settling for less than what you could have, right? Less peace, less clarity, less scripture. Like there's really no reason for that. Um so yeah, we need to read from the we're gonna read from Start With Why, continue from that. But before that, we're going to read Proverbs 3 because it's a banger. We read it a little bit ago. We'll just read 1 through 11, and then I'll go get the Start With Why book again. Is that Zeus? Zeus, what's up? My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days, long life, and peace shall they add to thee. I like 2 a lot because it's kind of saying, hey, like keep the commandments, it's going to give you more life, a longer life. You'll have peace. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them upon thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not unto thine own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord, depart from evil. It shall be health to thy soul, health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones. Honor the Lord with thy substance, with the first fruits of all thy increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, thy presses shall burst forth with new wine. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. So, a lot of good stuff in here. Really just keeping it simple. Just like, keep the commandments. That's going to help you out. That includes, leaning on the Lord. That includes being patient with yourself. That includes all these things. I like the idea about how just like scripture and trusting God, like you can be like a spiritual covering. I think that's comforting covering for sure. Athena, what's up? Hope you're good. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I think we're almost at a month. We're almost at a month of doing daily live streams. I think this is, I'd have to do the math, but we're very close. We're trying to see how many we can do in a row. Is that Bree? Bree, what's up? Yeah, Bible's got a lot of really great stuff in it. So, yeah, it's good. I mean, Proverbs 3 alone just has all kinds of really good stuff. I'm really in a part of my life where it's just you just have to trust. You just have to be still, be calm, know that God is God. He will not forsake his people. You'll not be ashamed. You continue to be patient, wait for him, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think we'll read Proverbs 25:28 is also a banger. Good reminder. You'll find that with like a lot of these things, it's just sort of reminding yourself and like bringing these things back to mind, because your brain in you might be feeling a temptation, you might be feeling a certain way, you might be feeling any kind of way, because the flesh, you know, there might be something that's trying to throw off your clarity, right? Like maybe a lack of consistency. But when you can bring yourself back to scripture, bring yourself back to like, oh yeah, this is some really good thing that I did. This is some way that God used me. This is some beautiful thing that God did in my life. When you remember those kind of things, I mean, it really brings you back to Him. And for me, it's like, I know I'm going to be seeking to get closer to God my whole life, right? Like, that's an infinite game. I only want to get closer to Him, and I want to learn from these things I'm figuring out. Yeah, thank you very much. The Space Hamster family. Yeah, yesterday was good. I went to a live stream or a webinar from this guy named Jay Robertson. He was just talking about his journey of how he quit doing music, which is something he felt like God wanted him to do. He quit music and then worked for FedEx for a bit, and then ended up making content online and was able to go from 1,000 followers to 100,000 in 104 days. So I was like, wow, that's very impressive. But he just talked about all these different things, like leaving things in God's hands, and how God can use you wherever you're at. Like, these are all things I've experienced, but it's like we need to keep them in mind. We need to keep them in mind. So yeah. Let's see, what else we got in here? It's also fun when like you go back to scripture and there's like something that you weren't even sure, like you kind of forgot was in the scripture. You're like, oh, like that's crazy. I forgot it said that. So there you go. There's some of these that just kind of like are out there, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to understand it. It's like if I wrote this, I'd probably write it a little different, but it's all good. James said, "What's up, bro?" Hello, James. That is my actual brother. So everybody can call me bro, but James actually is basically the only person on planet Earth that actually can. My brother Franklin as well, but James Candland is the only person that can actually say that as far as like true brother. Or I mean, I have a lot of people that I consider as brother. I call a lot of people brother, but brothers. But yeah, James is the only person that we're actually blood brothers. So yeah. So there we go. Oh, what are we doing? Proverbs 25:28. Proverbs 25:28. We're also pretty close to 1,000 subscribers, so that's cool. That's cool. Just gotta keep it going. I think the best play would have been to wake up earlier and to do this earlier. But last night I got kind of sucked in. I got kind of sucked into watching Series of Unfortunate Events, which James and I watched a couple years ago. So I've been actually watching. I watched the Reptile Room episode, which is so humbling because you go from like the Baudelaires being at Count Olaf's house, like terrible, dank, drafty place, and then they get to the reptile room, and you see Count Olaf following them and just trying to like kill this guy that was supposed to be their guardian from the beginning. And you just see so much. I think with Count Olaf, you learn so much about hatred. You learn so much about more or less lust. Like his lust for their money is crazy, and it will stop at nothing to get it. But he's also willing to be patient, which I think is something that Satan does too. He doesn't just show all his cards immediately. He lets things happen. Yeah. Let's see what James said. Yeah, bro. What do you feel has been pushing the needle the most? That's a great question. Pushing the needle the most. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, if you're talking about the live streams, it's the live streams. I mean, we got 2 new subscribers yesterday. So I mean, we've been probably getting like 5 or 10 new subscribers every week, and it just adds up. So it hasn't been like super insanely fast growth, but yeah, I was growing the channel. Like I mean, I've gotten some subscribers from shorts, but not very many. Most of it's been live streams. Because there's some people, like, if Creed shows up, hey Creed, in case you're here, in case of that, it's like, oh, Cindy is crying. I'm so sorry, Cindy. Cindy's been here a lot. I mean, Creed's been here a lot. Creed's a moderator now. There's a lot, like, this is like, it's just, you keep going and keeps building up. Even if I'm not doing this on, like, a consistently at the exact same time, we are making this happen every single day. That's what's been happening for, like, basically a month. Um, Proverbs 25:28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So, yeah, a city that is broken down and without walls. You just like, there's such a powerful feeling when you can feel all the things. You can feel all the things. You can feel temptation. You can feel all those things. And you can just feel it without doing, like, without, like, the energy has to go somewhere. So, from my perspective, like, you let yourself feel it, then you channel it in a different direction. So, yesterday I had a moment where I was feeling a little bit sad, a little bit not heard, and I was feeling more and more frustrated. Um, and I just kind of let myself feel all these feelings. And then um, I was just like, my brain was like, oh yeah, this is fuel. So we just got out a piece of paper and I just was like, sorry, Bible. I was just going ham on that piece of paper. So last time we read some from Start With Why, so we're going to do that again. I mean, for real, it's like your consistency can help you so much. So it's like I'm trying to get more consistent. We started 75 hard again yesterday, so now I'm on day 2 of 75 hard. But any kind of thing that requires you to be consistent, it's just like, yeah, it's gonna require something from you. I think that's what a lot of these things teach is like to have this change, something has to go. Something has to go. And it might take a little while. But yeah. So there you go. We read a little bit from this. We're gonna do so again. But yeah, it's like, it's like I'll feel tempted again. I'll feel stressed again. Like these are like human emotions. Like someday I'll be a dad. There'll probably be a moment where my kid says something or whatever or does something, and I'm like frustrated about that. But it's also like, what in the world? I gotta have this life with kids. God has provided a way for me to have kids, have a wife, everything else. Like, yeah, it's just bringing yourself to that kind of stuff and just kind of remembering that. So, yeah, no, doing these daily live streams it's been good. We just have to see, there's Creed right back. I knew that Creed would be here. I knew he'd be here. Cindy said 4.55 plus 3 equals 7.55. That is so facts, Cindy. Drop in the math in the chat. We love it. So we're back with our Start With Why. We did a little bit of reading in the Bible earlier. But now we're in here. Like last time, I'm just gonna like read this through. We might not get through the whole thing. And it's like, that's okay. Like, I said this a little bit ago, just to be on the path is to win the game. Just to be on the path is to win the game. That came to me really clearly a couple weeks ago, and I've been trying to remember that. It's easy to forget. easy to forget. So this stream for today is really helping me have to remember. It's just like your consistency can remind you what you need to do now. It can help you have clarity when you're feeling tempted or stressed. Because we're all gonna have certain emotions. And yesterday, I'm so proud, dude. I was in the clouds with how I just responded to those feelings that I was having. I just was like, just pour it all out to God. Um, and like you get better at that, and you realize like God always will gives you more than you can handle. Like He'll fill you with this peace, this joy, and this clarity, and it's gonna be so nice. Like way better than using that emotion to hurt someone or say something dumb. Like I've had these experiences before. I just gave it to God, but you got to do something with it. You can't just sit there like a volcano. You got to do something with it. So go on a run, write, whatever, do something. Cindy said 34.44 plus, or that's a minus 6 equals 28.44. That is correct. That is so correct. All right, we're on chapter 2, Carrots and Sticks. It's called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. There's actually a TED Talk, if you want to look it up, called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. It's one of the most viewed TED Talks of all time. All right. Manipulation versus inspiration. There's barely a product or service on the market today that customers can't buy from someone else for about the same price, about the same quality, about the same level of service, and about the same features. If you truly have a first mover's advantage, it's probably lost in a matter of months. If you offer something truly novel, someone else will soon come up with something similar and maybe even better. But if you ask most businesses why their customers are their customers, most will tell you it's because of superior quality, features, price, or service. In other words, most companies have no clue why their customers are their customers. This is a fascinating realization. If companies don't know why their customers, odds are good that they don't know why their employees are their employees either. There we go. If most companies don't really know why their customers are their customers or why their employees are their employees, then how do they know how to attract more employees and encourage loyalty among those they already have? The reality is most businesses today are making decisions based on a set of incomplete or worse, completely flawed assumptions about what's driving their business. There are only two ways to influence human behavior. You can manipulate it or you can inspire it. When I mention manipulation, this is not necessarily what in the world is that word? we gotta highlight on this word. There are only two ways to influence human behavior. You can manipulate it or you can inspire it. When I mention manipulation, this is not simply pejorative. Pejorative. What in the world? Sorry, we had to do a little shout out for pejorative. I'm like, what's going on? When did I first join your stream? Cindy asked. Cindy, I'm pretty sure it was last year at some point. Were you there with like some of the streams I was doing when I was living at that other place? I thought you might have been in some of those. I wonder if there's a way to figure that out, like see when people subscribe. There might be a way. Creed said a lot of viewers, kids don't watch Brain Rot. Yeah, it's bad. Not good. There's a lot of that out there. So after the shout out on the word pejorative, that I'm still like, what in the world does that mean? It's a very common and fairly foreign tactic. In fact, many of us have been doing it since we were young. I'll be your best friend is the highly effective negotiating tactic employed by generations of children to obtain something they want from a peer. And as any child who's ever handed over candy, hoping for a best friend will tell you, it works. From business to politics, manipulations run rampant in all forms of sales and marketing. Typical manipulations include dropping the price, running a promotion, using fear, peer pressure, or aspirational messages, and promising innovation to influence behavior, be it a purchase, a vote, or support. When companies or organizations do not have a clear sense of why their customers are their customers, they tend to rely on a disproportionate number of manipulations given they need for good reason. Manipulations work. So, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's just very simple. It's like, this kind of stuff just makes you think. It's like, what are your customers here? Yeah, AI is just getting better, that's for sure. AI is just getting better for sure. Yeah, so there we go. Cool. Price. Many companies are reluctant to play the price game, but they do so because it is effective. So effective, in fact, that the temptation can sometimes be overwhelming. There are few professional service firms that, when faced with an opportunity to land a big piece of business, haven't just dropped their price to make the deal happen. No matter how they rationalize it to themselves or their clients, price is a highly effective manipulation. Drop your prices low enough, people will buy from you. We see it at the end of a retail season when products are priced to move. Drop the price low enough, and the shelves were very quickly cleared to make room for the next season products. Playing the price game, however, can come at tremendous cost, can create a significant dilemma for the company. For the seller, selling based on price is like heroin. The short-term gain is fantastic, but the more you do it, the harder becomes to kick the habit. I think this is so interesting too. You can think of this as like your attention as well. If you think your attention's not worth very much and you throw it to something that's not that good, your brain is going to subconsciously think your attention is invaluable, and that's gonna get bad really quickly. Creed is going fishing in a minute, dude. What a W! I hope you have a fantastic time fishing. It's good seeing you. Creed said, "I'm genuinely think AI is going to take over Earth." Well, we'll see. Definitely is getting more powerful. I think the craziest part with any of this stuff is when something that was once just technolo- technological and artificial becomes physical. That's when it gets crazy. That's when it gets crazy. Like when it's like really in your face, when it's really here. Like I remember with some of the Alexa stuff, it's kind of crazy, but I mean that was just the beginning, of course. Cindy said, "I'm still here." Thank you, Cindy. I hope that this is somewhat interesting to you. Let's see. Once buyers get used to paying a lower than average price for a product or service, it is very hard to get them to pay more. The sellers, facing overwhelming pressure to push prices lower and lower in order to compete, find their margins cut slimmer and slimmer. This only drives a need to sell more to compensate. The quickest way to do that is price again. So the downward spiral of price addiction sets in. In the drug world, these addicts are called junkies. In this business world, we call them commodities. Insurance, home computers, mobile phone service, any number of packaged goods. The list of commodities created by the price game goes on and on. Nearly every circumstance, the companies that are forced to treat their products as commodities brought upon themselves. I cannot debate that dropping the price is not a perfectly legitimate way of driving business. The challenge is staying profitable. Creed said, "I'm going 15 minutes." Sounds good. Sounds good. Walmart seems to be the rule. They've built this phenomenally successful business playing the price game, but also came at a high cost. Scale helped Walmart avoid the inherent weaknesses of a price strategy, but the company's obsession with price, above all else, has left them scandal-ridden and hurt their reputation. Every one of the company's scandals was born from its attempts to keep costs down so it could afford to offer such low prices. Price always costs something. The question is, how much are you willing to pay for the price you make? How much you're willing, or pay for the money you make, sorry. I was like, how much are you willing to pay for the price you make? I was like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Promotions. This makes me think of my old marketing class from like high school. It talks about product, place, price, promotion. Oh no, we're not quite doing that, but yeah. Promotions. General Motors had a bold goal to lead the American automotive industry in market share. In the 1950s, there were four choices of car manufacturer in the United States: GM, Ford, Chrysler, and AMC. Before foreign automakers entered the field, GM dominated. New competition, as one would expect, made that goal harder to maintain. I don't need to provide any data to explain how much has changed in the auto industry in 50 years. But General Motors held fast through most of the last century and maintained its price dominance. Cindy said, I got a French braid today. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Since 1990, however, Toyota's share of the US market has more than doubled. By 2007, Toyota's share had climbed to 16.3% from only 7.8%. During the same period, GM saw its US market share drop dramatically from 35% in 1990 to 23.8% in 2007. And in early 2008, the unthinkable happened. US customers bought more foreign-made automobiles than ones made in America. Since the 1990s, faced with this onslaught of competition from Japan, GM and the other US automakers have scrambled to offer incentives aimed at helping them hold on to their dwindling share. Heavily promoted with advertising, GM, for one, has offered cashback incentives of between $500 to $7,000 to customers who bought their cars and trucks. For a long time, the promotions worked brilliantly. GM sales were on the rise again. But in the long term, the incentives only helped to dramatically erode GM's profit margins and put them in a deep hole. In 2007, GM lost $729 per vehicle, in large part due to incentives. Realizing that the model was unsustainable, GM announced it would reduce the amount of the cashback incentives it offered. With that reduction, sales plummeted. No cash, no customers. The auto industry had effectively created cashback junkies out of customers, building an expectation that there's no such thing as full price. Let's see. Cindy said, I'm so happy now when I watch something for like 7 minutes. That's good. Gaius said, have heavy literature for your mate. Yeah, we're just reading some start with Y. So, whether it's 2 for 1 or free toy inside, promotions are such common manipulations that we often forget that we're being manipulated in the first place. Next time you're in the market for a digital camera, for example, pay attention to how you make your decision. You'll easily find 2 or 3 cameras with the specifications you need: size, number of pixels, comparable price, good brand name, but perhaps one has a promotion. A free carrying case, free memory card. Given the relative parity of the features and benefits, that little something's extra sometimes all it takes to tip the scale. So interesting. So you like flip, like, if I had a scale, it's like this, right? Like, but like having a promotion might tip the scale. In the business to business world, promotions are called value added, but the principles are the same. Give something away for free to reduce the risk that someone will do business with you, and like price, promotions work. Creates that unlike AI videos where dogs get hit by cars. They look so real, they're so sad. Dude, there's so many AI videos coming out that like it's difficult to tell the difference. It's actually really crazy. Yeah. Principles are the same. Give something away for free. Blah 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 blah. The manipulative nature of promotions is so well established in retail that the industry even named one of the principles. They call it breakage. Breakage measures the percentage of customers who fail to take advantage of a promotion and end up paying full price for a product instead. This typically happens when buyers don't bother performing the necessary steps to claim the rebates, a process purposely kept complicated or inconvenient to increase the net likelihood of mistakes or inaction to keep that breakage number up. Yeah, this is definitely ahead of its time, saying like, yeah, they make the promotion, but then they make it difficult to claim the promotion, so there's this gap. I don't watch it, I watch Darman. Yeah, Darman's got a lot of good stuff. His story is quite interesting. He bounced through all these different things, but now he's doing pretty well. If you watch anything about what really happens, though, the real dogs get sometimes hit over by a car. Yeah, it's interesting how it all affects your brain. Yep. Rebates typically require the customer to send in a copy of a receipt, cut out a barcode from the packaging, and painstakingly fill out a rebate form with details about the product and how it was purchased. Sending in the wrong part of the box or leaving out a detail in the application can delay the rebate for weeks, months, or avoid it altogether. The rebate industry also has a name for the number of customers who just don't bother to apply for the rebate or who never cash the rebate check they receive. That's called slippage. I didn't even know that slippage was a thing, but now we know it's a thing. There's some slippage going on. So it looks like the people that want the thing, but they don't do all the steps is breakage. The ones who don't even try is slippage. For businesses, the short term benefits of rebates and other manipulations are clear. A rebate lures customers to pay full price for a product they may have considered buying only because of the prospect of a partial refund. But nearly 40% of those customers never get the lower price they thought they were paying. Call it a tax on the disorganized, but retailers rely on it. Regulators have stepped up their scrutiny of the rebate industry, but only with limited success. The rebate process remains cumbersome. That means free money for the seller, manipulation at its best, but at what cost? There you go. My your only mod. Correct. I'm pretty sure for now. Agreed. Yes. Yeah, Darkman's got a lot of good stuff. Fear. If someone were to hold up a bank with a banana in his pocket, he would be charged with armed robbery. Clearly, no victim was in any danger of being shot, but it is the belief that the robber has a real gun that is considered by the law, and for good reason. Knowing full well that fear will motivate them to comply with his demands, the robber took steps to make his victims afraid. Fear, real or perceived, is arguably the most powerful manipulation of the lot. No one ever got fired for hiring IBM, goes the old adage, describing a behavior completely born out of fear. An employee in a procurement department tasked with finding the best suppliers for a company turns down a better product at a better price simply because it's from a smaller company or lesser known brand. Fear, real or perceived, that his job would be on the line if something went wrong was enough to make him ignore the express purpose of his job, even do something that was in the company's not in the company's best interest. Mod is a moderator. Yeah, if you'd like to be a mod, I can make you one, Cindy. Is that Bunvun? What's up, Bunvun? I hope you're doing fantastic. Let's see. When fear is employed, facts are incidental. Deeply seated in our biological drive to survive, that emotion cannot be quickly wiped away with facts and figures. This is how terrorism works. It is not the statistical probability that one could get hurt by a terrorist. It's the fear that it might happen that cripples a population. Yeah, so this again goes along with fear. So, yeah. So you'd like to be a mod, Cindy? Yeah, we'll make Cindy a mod. Sure. We'll make you moderator. There we go. All right. A powerful manipulator. Oh, can I do something from you? Davoud, what's up? There you go. Subscriptions help, that is for sure. We're very early in the game. Very early in the game. A powerful manipulator. Fear is often used with far less nefarious motivations. We use fear to raise our kids. We use fear to motivate people to obey a code of ethics. Fear is regularly used in public service ads, say to promote child safety or AIDS awareness or the need to wear seatbelts. Anyone who was watching television in the 1980s got a heavy dose of anti-drug advertising, including one often mimicked public service ad from a federal program to combat drug abuse among teenagers. This is your brain, the man's voice said as he held up a pristine white egg. Then he cracked the egg into a frying pan of spattering hot oil. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Davoud, I don't think I've ever seen you before. I've seen Cindy and Creed both a good number of times. That's why I made them moderators. Plus, I trust their judgment. Like, to make a moderator is somebody that will help with managing the chat. I don't want people to just bleep out, like, oh, get rid of everything. But if things are getting kind of out of hand, if somebody's not respecting, we're just hiccuping like crazy. I probably need to drink some water today. But if we can get, I want to have this be like a safe space for people. So if there's somebody that's like not contributing to that, then that's, But I'm also open to having discussion. I'm open to having questions. I'm open to that. I don't want to throw people out. I know there's people that, like, they wanted to ask certain questions, but they weren't able to. So, oh, Cindy just subscribed to Creed. That's cool. I don't really play Xbox Bun Fun. Back in the day, a little bit with my cousins, but not so much anymore. Another ad intended to scare heck out of a brash teenager. Cocaine doesn't make you sexy, it makes you dead. There you go. Likewise, when politicians say that their opponent will raise taxes or cut spending on law enforcement, or the evening news alerts you that your health or security are at risk unless you tune in. Thank you, Cindy. You're welcome. There we go. Unless you tune in. At 11, both are attempting to seed fear among voters and viewers, respectively. Businesses also use fear to agitate the insecurity we all have in order to sell products. The idea is that if you don't buy the product or service, something bad could happen to you. You win. There we go. You win. Every 36 seconds, someone dies of a heart attack, states an ad for a local cardiac specialist. Do you have radon? Your neighbor does. Reads the ad on the side of a truck for some company selling a home pollution inspection service. And of course, the insurance industry would like to sell you term life insurance before it's too late. 500 monopoly money. Cindy said, I really like being here. It feels like home. Well, that's beautiful. That's definitely the intention. Help people feel safe and provide a space they could feel encouraged and uplifted. Boop, doop, doo. If anyone has ever sold you anything with a warning to fear the consequences if you don't buy it, they're using a proverbial gun to your head to help you see the value of choosing them over their competitor. Or perhaps it's just a banana, but it works. And Creed said, I know, Cindy, it does. And Cindy said, yeah. There you go. That's beautiful. Aspirations. Quitting smoking is the easiest thing I've ever done, said Mark Twain. I've done it hundreds of times. If fear motivates us to move away from something horrible, aspirational messages tempt us towards something desirable. Marketers often talk about the importance of being aspirational, offering someone something they desire to achieve and the ability to get there more easily with a particular product or service. 6 steps to a happier life. Work those apps to your dream dress size. In 6 weeks, you can be rich. All these messages manipulate. They tempt us with the things we want to have or to be the person we wish we were. Though positive in nature, aspirational messages are most effective with those who lack discipline or have a nagging fear or insecurity that they don't have the ability to achieve their dreams on their own, which at various times for various reasons is everyone. I always joked you can get someone to buy a gym membership with an aspirational message, but to get them to go 3 days a week requires a bit of inspiration. Someone who lives a healthy lifestyle and is in a habit of exercising does not respond to 6 easy steps to losing weight. It's those who don't have the lifestyle that are most susceptible. So interesting. It's not news that a lot of people try diet after diet in an attempt to get the body of their dreams. No matter the regime they choose, each comes with the qualification that regular exercise and a balanced diet will help boost results. In other words, discipline. Gym memberships tend to rise about 12% every January as people try to fulfill their New Year's aspiration to live a healthier life. Yet, only a fraction of those inspiring fitness buffs are still attending the gym by the end of the year. Aspirational messages can spur behavior, but for most, it won't last. Cindy said, like, I got new clothes. Yeah. Aspirational messages are not only effective in the consumer market, they also work. Is that Maru? Maru, we have the whole family today. We have the whole family. We had Maru, we had Cindy, we had Creed. I think we had all 3 of you yesterday. We have all 3 of you today. What a beautiful thing that is. I appreciate you being here. Is this like a decent time? I was planning on doing like 12. Or I was planning to do like 8 or 9 a.m. Mountain Time today, but if noon works, I can try to shoot for noon on a daily basis if that works for everybody. But yeah, that's fine. We got the whole family here today. That's a beautiful thing. Where are we at? Yet only a fraction of those inspiring fitness buffs are still attending the gym by the end of the year. Aspirational messages can spur behavior, but for most, it won't last. Aspirational messages are not only effective in the consumer market, they also work quite well in business-to-business transactions. Managers of companies big and small all want to do well, so they make decisions, hire consultants, and implement systems, help them achieve that desired outcome. But all too often, it is not the systems that fail, but the ability to maintain them. It's 12:19 for me, dang. Cindy said yes. Yeah, we could try to shoot for around this time. What time is it? It's like, oh, it's 12:19. Oh, 1:19? I don't know. We'll see. It's pretty late for Maru. We appreciate you being here, Maru, but you probably need to go to sleep soon. And then it's 9:19 for Cindy right now. And it's 1:19 for me. So Cindy's 8 hours ahead. And then Maru's like 12 hours ahead. Or 10 hours ahead? 11 hours ahead? Sounds like Maru's 11 hours ahead. And Cindy's 8 hours ahead. That's interesting. Creed said, I'm sorry I left. No, it's all good. It's all good. All too often, it is not the systems that fail, but the ability to maintain them. I can speak from personal experience here. I've implemented a lot of systems or practices over the years to help me achieve the success to which I aspire, only to find myself back to my old habits 2 weeks later. I aspire for a system that will help me avoid implementing systems to meet all my aspirations, but I probably wouldn't be able to follow it for long. That's good. Creed said it's 2:20 for me. Okay, so Creed's 1 hour ahead. Interesting. You like Gorilla Tag. Nice. I think Cindy's in Finland. Yo, ASMR said you're so cool for reading books. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing some reading right now. This short-term response to long-term desires is alive and well in the corporate world also. A management consultant friend of mine was hired by a billion-dollar company to help it fulfill its goals and aspirations. The problem was, she explained, no matter the issue, the company's managers were always drawn to the quicker, cheaper option over the better long-term solution. But like the habitual dieter, they never have the money or time to do it right the first time, she said of her client, but they always have time and money to do it again. So they always have time to do it. They don't have money or time to do it right the first time, but they have the money and time to do it again. It basically sounds like rushing, really rushing. Maru, you're definitely not stupid. I don't think that's a good thing to say. Maru, we love you. I hope you have a good day. Keep playing soccer and keep up the good work. It's fun seeing you. Always good seeing you. Maru's been here for a long time. I mean, I remember Maru. I mean, I would think probably last summer. Long time. Maru's been here a while. Maru's definitely been here a while. I don't know. For the time being, we could try to shoot for around noon, 12:30. But once I'm in Chicago knocking doors, I'll have to do a different time. But Maru said, no, I'm not going to leave. Oh, okay. We like having you here, Maru. Peer pressure. 4 out of 5 dentists prefer Trident, touts the chewing gum advertisement in an attempt to get you to try their product. A double-blind study conducted at a top university concluded, pushes a late-night infomercial. If the product is good enough for professionals, it's good enough for you. Yeah, it's like if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. You know, it's like, okay. Do I have my charger back? No. I knew you were going to ask because, yeah, it's kind of funny. No, I've not gotten it back. The guy that's supposed to give me the charger back, he was riding a train yesterday. So I don't know if this is going to be one of those things where they just keep pushing off until I get bored of asking if he has it. But I'm hoping to get it back. Oh, you thought Creed was leaving. Oh. Is that the Tixel? The Tixel, what's up? Hello. Where's my glasses and the bubbles? My glasses are still disappeared. My glasses are somewhere. Bubbles, we could probably get some bubbles real quick. If we can find some. I need to restock. We're low on my supply of bubbles. We'll just finish this paragraph real quick. Then we'll see if I can find some bubbles. It's good enough for you. The advertising eggs on. With over 1 million satisfied customers and counting, teases another ad. These are all forms of peer pressure.
When marketers report that a majority of a population or a group of experts prefers their product over another, they are attempting to sway the buyer to believing that whatever they are selling is better. The peer pressure works because we believe that the majority or the experts might know more than we do. Peer pressure works not because the majority or the experts are always right, but because we fear that they may be wrong. So, yeah, we'll see if we can find some bubbles real quick. We're on page 24, if anybody's reading along. I mean, that would be fun. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? I got a bunch of people. We're all reading the book together. That'd be fun. All right, let's see what we got here. My eyes are barely opening. Tixel said you seem like a cutie patootie. That's nice of you. Then go to sleep. Did you just wake up? Yeah, so Maru's... Oh, Maru is... He is in a... He needs the sleeps. Yeah, he's at 12:25. That's fair. I mean, you're welcome to do whatever you'd like, Maru. The nice thing about this is if you're like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it to the next, or I'm not gonna, like, it'll be a while before you stream again. It's like, actually, I'm gonna stream again tomorrow. So, all right, here's the room. Kind of a mess. See if we can find some bubbles real quick. The struggle with finding bubbles now is they're not as easy to find as they used to be because I've used up so many of them. But I am new. What's your channel about? Says the Tixel. Well, the Tixel, I write poetry books to help people get closer to God, and I also just like spreading good vibes and stuff and helping people, just get closer to Christ. So if you're into that, we do daily live streams. I talk about daily journey of being single and chilling and getting to a better place in life, trying to show that day by day is fast enough to get where you'd like to go. Maru said, I remember you just moved in here. Yeah, that was a while ago. Which time? Because I don't know when I'm going to be here on my phone. Yeah, well, we'll see. Tomorrow we could probably shoot for around noon Mountain Time. And Tixel said, oh, nice. Sorry, face. I don't know if we're going to find bubbles, guys. I'm sorry. I've used a lot of the bubbles. Yeah, it was last year. I've been here for a bit ago. I don't know. Might be some on the floor. We have some of my writing on the floor. See? Got all this writing I've written, all this stuff. I don't know. We're looking. If anybody sees one, just let me know. But I'm pretty sure I need a refuel. Unless no. Did you live stream on New Year's? I'm pretty sure I did. You can go back if you'd like. I'm pretty sure I did. We've only had this streak since last month. Well, since like end of February. So it's a toss up because I was getting some streaks earlier, but this is the best streak we've had for a while. So Maru said I remember. So there you go. I don't know. I'm just showing you what's going on. I don't think so. Sorry, you guys. I looked. When your writing was, I saw some bubbles. Okay, if you saw bubbles, then we'll look. All right, there might be. Oh, wow. Cindy gets big points. Everybody just give big points for Cindy. You see that? That's crazy. That, my friends, is a bubble. That, my friends, is a bubble. We have one. We have one. Yeah, we do need a clean. I'll be moving out of here pretty soon, so one thing at a time. It'd be easier to clean if there was more space. I just have a lot of stuff. My last place I had more space. For the basketball, there's a hoop, but it's like it's it's in the courtyard of the place I'm living at. So big points in the chat for Cindy. Big points in the chat for helping us find the bubbles. She's like, "Oh, it's by the writing." That was crazy. So big points to Cindy for helping us find the bubbles. Yeah, that was really impressive. I was like, if anybody sees the bubbles, let me know. Cindy's like, I got you. Cindy's like, I got you. Blowing bubbles away from troubles. There we go. Whew. There we go. Good. They're good bubbles too. Yeah, I just got to get better at slowing down and chilling. But it is nice to have the streak with the live streams going. Got a good streak going right now. Almost at a month. I think we're pretty close to a month. You'll be able to see because like there's this one that says like we're starting the streak. That's when we started getting this streak. So once that one says a month, we'll know that we're at a month. So that's cool. I'd like to keep this streak going as long as I can. Maru said we'd be live at Saturday at 10. 10 your time? 10 your time? That'd be like 11 a.m. my time, I think. Or 1. Depends on if that's p.m. or a.m. But yeah, as a general rule of thumb, we're trying to do this in the morning. He said, yeah. So that'd be like, yeah, if you're 11 hours ahead, then yeah, that would put me at like 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Be 10 p.m. for you. We're trying to do this earlier. It's Friday. That is correct. Yep. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish the rest of the chapter, but we're gonna try to do this. Do this better. J Rod says Saturday morning here. Good day from Australia. Hello. I hope you're having a good day, J Rod. Yeah, tomorrow we'll see. I'll tell you this, Morrow. I'll do it earlier. We'll do it earlier because today was like 12. It was kind of, I think like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. is usually a decent time for people. So we'll do that. You've been to Australia? That's cool. I have never been to Australia. I have not been to Australia. There we go. We got to get more bubbles. I'm glad we at least have these bubbles. Shout out to Cindy again for helping me find the bubbles somehow in my room. Oh man. There we go. I think we'll do like a couple more bubbles and then we will see if we can finish the last couple pages. So I want to do at least 10 because 10 pages is the minimum for 75 hard. All right. Back to reading. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's see, where are we at? Let's see.
Where are we at? Oh, we're at. Yeah, we're on page 24. And to get to 10 pages, we need to get to page 26. So we got just a couple more pages. Cindy said, now I'm eating candy. Oh, that's fun. Peer pressure works not because the majority of the experts are always right, but because we fear that we may be wrong. Celebrity endorsements are sometimes used to add peer pressure to the sales pitch. If he uses it, we're supposed to think it must be good. This makes sense when we hear Tiger Woods endorse Nike golf products or Titleist golf balls. Woods' deal with Nike is actually credited for putting the company on the map in the golf world. But Tiger has also endorsed General Motors cars, management consulting services, credit cards, food, and a Tag Heuer watch design, especially for the golfer. The watch, incidentally, can withstand a 5,000 G shock, a level of shock more likely experienced by the golf ball than the golfer. Feels like a movie. How much books do you read? I need to read more. I try to read a little bit every day. Wait, I'm gonna black out. That's okay. It's okay, Maru. Blackout. You're good. It's really late for you. You're chilling. We're glad to have you here. We're kind of still just trying new things with the live streams. So Miss Indy said, please just sleep. Yeah, we'll be when you wake up, Maru, I might be live streaming again. You don't have to be there. Like, you don't have to be at any of these, of course. And these are all recorded, so you always go back and rewatch it if you would like. But yeah, you might wake up and I'll be live streaming again. Maybe. Oh, actually, no, because no. Sorry. Because if it was like 10 hours from now, it would still be today for me. And it would, yeah, so no. Probably not. You'd have to sleep a really long time. But Tiger endorsed it, so it must be good. Celebrity endorsements are also used to appeal to our aspirations and our desires to be like them. The most explicit example was Gatorade's. I want to be like Mike campaign, which tempted youngsters to grow up and be just like Michael Jordan if they drink Gatorade. With many other examples of celebrity endorsements, however, it's harder to see the connection. Sam Watterson at Law & Order fame, for example, sells online trading from TD Ameritrade, but for his celebrity is uncertain what an actor famed for convicting homicidal maniacs does for the brand. I guess he's trustworthy. Sorry, guys. Bye. I gotta go. I will see your stream. Sounds good, Mauro. Sounds good. Impressionable youth are not the only ones subject to peer pressure. Most of us have probably had an experience of being pressured by a salesman. Have you ever had a sales rep try to sell you some office solution by telling you that 70% of your competitors are using their service, so why not you? But what if 70% of your competitors are idiots? There you go. Or what if that 70%, goodbye, Mauro, take care, sleep well, brother. What if that 70% were given so much value added or offered such a low price that they couldn't resist the opportunity? The practice is designed to do one thing and one thing only, to pressure you to buy, to make you think you might be missing out on something or that everyone knows you, but you. Everyone else knows but you. Better to go with the majority, right? To quote my mother, if you're sad, if your friends put your head in the oven, would you do that too? Sadly, if Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods was paid to do that, it might actually start a trend. Novelty, aka innovation. In a major innovation in design engineering, Motorola has created a phone at first. Read a 2004 press release that announced the launch of the mobile phones manufacturer's newest entry to the ultra-competitive mobile phone market. The combination of metals, such as aircraft-grade aluminum, with new advances such as an internal antenna and a chemically etched keypad, led to the formation of a device that measures just 13.9 millimeters thin. And it worked. Millions of people rushed to get one. Celebrities flashed their razors on the red carpet. Even a prime minister or two was seen talking on one. Having sold over 50 million units, few could argue that the razor wasn't a huge success. By surpassing current mobile expectations, the razor represented Motorola's history of delivering revolutionary innovation, said former Motorola CEO Ed Zander of his new Wonder product, while setting a new bar for future products coming out of the wireless industry. This one product was a huge financial success for Motorola. This was truly an innovation of monumental proportions. Or was it? Less than 4 years later, Xander was forced out. The stock traded at 50% of its average value since the launch of the Razr, and Motorola's competitors had easily surpassed the Razr's features and functionalities with equally innovative phones. Motorola was once again rendered just another mobile phone manufacturer fighting for its piece of the pie. Like so many before it, the company confused innovation with novelty. He saw Gabriella, I'm singing a song. Nice. Confusing innovation with loyalty, or novelty, excuse me. Real innovation changes the course of industries or even society. The light bulb, the microwave oven, the fax machine, iTunes. These are true innovations that changed how we conduct business, altered how we live our lives, and in the case of iTunes, challenged an industry to completely reevaluate its business model. Adding a camera to a mobile phone, for example, is not an innovation, a great feature for sure, but not industry altering. With this revised definition in mind, even Motorola's own description of its new product becomes just a list of a few great features. Metal case, hidden antenna, flat keypad, and a thin phone. Hardly revolutionary innovation. Motorola had successfully designed the latest shiny object for people to get excited about, at least until a new shiny object came out. That's the reason these features are more novelty than innovation. They are added in an attempt to differentiate but not reinvent. It's not a bad thing, but it can't be counted on to add any long-term value. Novelty can drive sales. The Razr proved it. But the impact does not last. If a company adds too many novel ideas too often, it can have a similar impact on the product or category as the price game. In an attempt to differentiate with more features, the products start to look and feel more like commodities. And like price, the need to add yet another product to the line to compensate for the commoditization ends in a downward spiral. In the 1970s, there were only two types of Colgate toothpaste, but as competition increased, Colgate's sales started to slip. So the company introduced a new product that included a new feature, the addition of Floyd props, then another, whitening, tartar control, sparkles, stripes. Each innovation certainly helped boost sales for a while at least. So the cycle continued. Guess how many different types of toothpaste Colgate has for you to choose from today? 32. Cindy said, is it okay if I'm in school? Oh, I didn't realize you were in school, Cindy. I don't want to take you away from your studies. I don't want to take you away from your teacher. I don't want to get you in trouble. So, I certainly won't be upset at you for watching in school. I, I, I just don't want you to miss anything. If it's a class that really you don't like or it's boring or something, I mean, that's on you. But I really don't want to be the reason why. Yeah, I want to help you. I want to help you succeed. I want to help you succeed. Yeah, it's all good. But today there are 32 different types of Colgate toothpaste, excluding the four they make for kids. Given how each company responds to the innovations of the other, that means that Colgate's competitors also sell a similar number of variants that offer about the same quality, same benefits at about the same price. There are literally dozens and dozens of toothpaste. Oh, you're right. You're right now at home, so it's all right. Okay, cool. There is no data to show that Americans are brushing their teeth more now than they were in the 1970s. Thanks to all this innovation, it has become almost impossible to know which toothpaste is right for you. So much that even Colgate offers a link on the website called Need Help Deciding. If Colgate needs to help us pick one of their products because there are too many variations, how are we supposed to decide when we go to the supermarket without their website to help us? So it goes on, but that's 10 pages, so I think that's probably a good place to stop. We're also at over an hour for the live stream, so appreciate you being here. Last little thought. I think it's so interesting that we make these things way more complicated than it needs to be, because like literally with toothpaste, it's like the way to win with toothpaste is just like brush your teeth. That's literally all you have to do. I mean, you can have preferences on flavor, but overall, it's just brush your teeth. You're going to get the same benefit, a lot of the same benefits, a lot of the same ingredients, a lot of that same stuff. The worst thing that can happen is that you'd have the stuff and then you wouldn't do the thing. Like you're supposed to brush your teeth every day, and that's how you get the benefit. And like before you go to bed, you brush your teeth, like because otherwise the germs and stuff. They're gonna repopulate whatever. Drink some water if you want to. Oh yeah, we just talked for like an hour and did not drink any water. So we could probably drink a bunch of water real quick for 75 hard. Yeah, we probably should do that. I was thinking about it and then I never did. So if we drank 2 of these guys, we have to drink 5 to do a gallon. So if we can drink, we could probably drink 2 right now. Maybe not back to back. Yeah. I think the most likes we've gone on a live stream is like 12. So 9 is pretty good. 9 is pretty good. All right, you're going to watch this disappear. So, more bubbles. So this is gone. So we're one out of 5 for today. We'll probably leave this later. Yeah, we can do some more bubbles. Then we probably got to go. So we're over an hour. Everybody has to drink water once or twice, or like how many? Like 5 times drink water. Well, with water, people generally say 8 cups a day, but that was 26 ounces, so that's like 3.5 cups. So we're gonna get above the recommended today. But yeah. It's all good, you know, it's all good, it's all good. However it works out. I woke up earlier and then went back to sleep and I could have just started the live stream, but I decided to not. And that's okay. The important thing is that we got it done now. We're keeping the streak alive and that we just keep going. Keep going. It is fun to be reading from Start With Why with you guys. It's a good book. I think in the future I'd like to be reading from my own books on here, but one thing at a time. Yeah. Everybody has to drink water. Yeah, so true. Yeah, this one's not really. I mean, there's still some bubbles left in it, but not quite as many as as it had once upon a time. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. Always start a bookshop when you have the time to write. I definitely need to write more. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh, Shyam. I think I've seen Shyam before. Hello. We're just blowing some bubbles away from troubles. We also read a little bit from Start With Why and a little bit from the Bible. But we're probably going to finish up pretty soon. I mean, you can start when you have the time to a bookshop. Some of them, like, there's books. Yeah. It's a good idea. Right now, I'm just trying to get better with the overall consistency and to be more patient with myself. So, I think we're probably running out of the bubbles. I think the last thing I'd say is just to consider is just like this is a long game, right? So definitely no need to stress about it. You just take it day by day, do the best you can, show up, give yourself grace when you fall. Um, you'll figure it out. Yeah, well, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for hopping in and listening, and definitely subscribe if you'd like to. If you haven't been here before, you'd like to see more live streams. Keep it pretty chill here. Um, but yeah, God is good. He's faithful. He knows what you're going through. Trust what He has to say about you. Keep moving forward in faith. So, um, know that Jesus suffered for all of us and knows what it's like to overcome temptation and to struggle and to feel abandoned and sad and brokenhearted. That He can help us out with wherever we're at in life. And I know that's true, and say things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thanks for being here. I guess we could say a fast prayer. Father, I'm grateful for this technology that allows me to do this live stream. Grateful for Mauro, Cindy, and Creed for being here, and for the others that showed up. Thank you for helping Cindy finding the bubbles. That was very impressive, and help me to be patient and to continue to enjoy the journey and to take things one day at a time. Pray for Mauro with his sleep, and pray for Creed with all the other things he's doing with his fishing. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. So, there we go. I will catch you guys later. But thanks for hopping in. Appreciate that. I will see you next time. Bye bye.